Next week's Emmerdale spoilers could reveal what lies ahead for Bear Wolf following his shocking admission to Ray Walters' murder on the ITV soap, especially as he faces police charges. Tense moments unfolded this week as Bear was interrogated after confessing to killing Ray Walters. Spoilers indicate that Bear will be formally charged with manslaughter, raising concerns among fans that the beloved character might leave the show. With his fate hanging in the balance, and Bear determined to take responsibility for his actions, upcoming episodes may hint at whether an exit is imminent. He is expected to plead guilty, while his anxious son, Paddy Dingle, hopes for a lighter outcome despite the charges. For now, it seems Bear remains in the village, as next week he is shown returning home. As Ray's funeral approaches, spoilers reveal Bear learns about it and is eager to attend, sparking new tension for him and his family. Soon, Bear struggles emotionally, trying to handle the overwhelming situation. On top of this, Bear faces withdrawal from strong painkillers he had been given by Ray for months before his death. Fans will remember that Bear was exploited by Ray and his mother, Celia Daniels, in a disturbing modern slavery storyline. Bear originally received the medication after a severe arm injury, and Ray made sure he took it daily. This created a dependency, and now that the drugs are no longer available, Bear becomes desperate for any relief. Next week, he turns to alcohol after GP Manpreet Sharma refuses to prescribe the painkillers he craves. Combined with his feelings of guilt over Ray, this pushes him further into turmoil. Still, Bear remains in the village before eventually being taken to the hospital. Could this mean he is temporarily released? The end of this week's episodes and the start of next week should provide some clarity. Actor Joshua Richards recently spoke with The Mirror, giving hints about whether Bear might exit the show. While he suggested there's no immediate departure planned, he did imply there could be some prison time involved. According to Richards, the producers have not arranged a permanent exit for either him or the character. When asked if he feared leaving the series, he admitted, "Yeah, I had a good conversation with producer Laura last year, around June or July. She told me it would be a long-running storyline, taking us in many directions, including possible time in custody. I knew the full scope of the story." This confirms that Bear's intense plotline is unlikely to conclude with a permanent departure. Emmerdale's Kane Dingle left seething over Moira's latest predicament in early ITVX release. Kane Dingle is left fuming in Emmerdale following a startling revelation from his sister-in-law, Ruby Milligan. As viewers know, Kane's wife Moira is behind bars for manslaughter, despite her innocence, after 2 bodies were uncovered at Butler's farm. The first victim was Anya Barisha, who had suffered in captivity at the hands of Ray Walters and Celia Daniels. In a shocking twist, the second body discovered was Celia herself. Ruby stumbled upon the shallow graves while searching for answers about Anya's fate. She had grown close to Anya last year, after finding her sleeping in one of Caleb's work vans. Frightened by the disturbed soil, Ruby contacted the authorities, unaware of how her actions would impact Moira. In today's episode, the Milligans visited Butler's farm to check on Kane. Ruby remarked that the kitchen looked untidy, prompting Kane to snap angrily. Overcome with remorse, Ruby eventually confessed that she was the one who alerted the police about Anya's body. Enraged, Kane accused Ruby and Caleb of betraying the family and effectively condemning Moira. He criticized them for not coming to him first, noting that their decision only made Moira appear more culpable. Kane also suspected that Caleb's offer to cover Moira's legal fees was motivated by guilt, and he angrily ordered them to leave the farm. The big questions now are, will Kane tell Moira what he knows, and can she ever hope to regain her freedom? Isabel Hodgins beams as she enjoys first outing with newborn baby. The Emmerdale actress was spotted for the first time since welcoming her daughter, looking radiant as she enjoyed a sunny stroll in Manchester with husband Adam Whitehead. Wrapped in a snug North Face jacket, Isabel kept her look relaxed and effortless for the daytime outing, while Adam took charge of pushing the pram. The couple appeared utterly content, savouring those early, precious days with their newborn. The outing comes shortly after Isabel announced the birth of her first child. Last week, she took to Instagram to share a heartfelt reel, capturing the arrival of baby Georgie Grace. The clip opens with Isabel in a hospital room, gently bouncing on a birthing ball, before revealing the magical moment. Georgie Grace arrived on February 11th at 1:02 a.m. She later shared a stunning black and white Polaroid of herself cradling her newborn, a simple and tender image that immediately won fans' hearts. Her Emmerdale co-stars were quick to shower her with love. Lisa Riley, who plays Mandy Dingle, commented, "Congratulations, what amazing news. Love to you all. Love and hugs." Many others from the soap's cast also celebrated Isabel as she embraced her newest role, Mum. While Isabel appeared serene in her social media posts, Adam offered fans a slightly more dramatic behind-the-scenes glimpse of Georgie's birth. Sharing more adorable photos of their daughter, he wrote, "My greatest achievement. Watching Isabel bring our Gigi into the world will stay with me forever. I have never been prouder, and yes, I fainted, twice. Thankfully she's the strong one." Despite Adam's fainting incidents, both mum and baby are doing wonderfully, and their first public outing shows them settling into family life beautifully. The timing of Georgie's arrival is especially significant, as Isabel has recently said goodbye to Emmerdale after nearly 20 years. Known for playing Victoria Sugden since 2006, Isabel truly grew up on screen. Victoria's final storyline was far from quiet. Early in 2026, Vic killed her brother John Sugden in shocking scenes. When Joe Tate obtained video evidence of her cover-up, he used it to blackmail her, demanding the Sugden farmland in return for his silence. Alongside Robert Sugden, Victoria tried to find a way out, but in true soap style, the Tates came out on top. Accepting defeat, Vic decided she couldn't remain in a village full of painful memories. In emotional final scenes, she said farewell and departed for Portugal with her son Harry and Diane Sugden, hinting she may one day return. It marked the end of an era for Isabel, whose farewell scenes were packed with tension and heartbreak. But while Victoria left the village under a cloud, Isabel herself is beginning a joyful new chapter. Judging by her radiant smile during her stroll with Georgie safely tucked in the pram, it's clear she is embracing motherhood with pure happiness. Has Joe Tate's baby news blunder ruined things with Dawn? In the latest Emmerdale episode, Joe Tate made a major slip-up, leaving fans wondering if his relationship with Dawn Fletcher is in trouble. The episode saw Joe watching Back to the Future with Lucas Taylor, while Dawn and Gabby Thomas discussed Joe's hidden likable qualities. Graham Foster later pointed out that Joe had loved the film since he was 14, revealing he'd been lonely in his youth. Later, Dawn dropped a bombshell. "I think I might be pregnant." Joe, stunned, hugged her excitedly, but Dawn's hesitant glance suggested she wasn't as thrilled. Joe then told Graham, calling it a happy mishap, and said he loved being a stepdad, but this was different. A Tate of his own. Dawn overheard and admitted she wished he hadn't told Graham, unsure if she was pregnant or even ready for another child. As she storms out, Joe is left reeling. Has he pushed Dawn away? Emmerdale airs weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.